The milling of the coarse homespun cloth, as in the old days, is repeated even today on occasion when friends gather for an old-time milling frolic to the lilt of Gaelic songs.
Hello, Kimada Hashif. Smith-MacDonald Nachricha Rewan Beck. I'm Conal McKinnon. Agus Sanju Hamia Kawstin Gaelic Hamidawa Hekish gave Root Beckman Orain Wuwai. I'm at the Gaelic College today and I'm teaching you guys a little bit about the milling tradition and milling songs here in Cape Breton. I'm seated here at Gumboart Wuwag at the milling table and I have my blanket in front of me. And a milling frolic is a form of communal labor, and it's the last step in the process of making our blankets and our clothing for the year. So traditionally, we would be milling at the end of harvest season, and it's quite a laborious process. So instead of undertaking that as a family or one person, we get everyone together and make a community go of it. The milling tradition is not only a task of labor, but it was kind of a ceilidh and a get-together and a party. Everyone had taken in their crops and kind of shutting things down, getting ready for the winter. So it was a good way to have one last blast of fun before the winter sets in. And everyone would bring their cloth that was just off the loom and we'd mill it together around the table. The process of milling, you need to wet the cloth. It's kind of loose when it comes off the loom, and we would sew it into a circle and seated around the table. We pound it wet off the milling board or the milling table, and that felts it and gets the cloth more waterproof and able to be made into blankets and clothing. And we'd make a pretty fun night out of it, and there would be matchmaking, and there might be a drink or two, and a fiddler might be there and a dancer in the other room. So you'd have your seat at the milling table and you'd sing a few songs and you might go into the other room and have a meal. And now that we no longer have to mill, or we're not making our own cloth as much anymore, we continue the tradition, and it's used as a way to share songs and to share language and just an intergenerational transmission in communities. So there's still milling frolics to this day in communities like Johnstown, Christmas Island, different communities around Cape Breton. And it's just a great way to get together at the end of the harvest season and have a bit of fun and have a laugh and share some songs and stories and to meet with elders and just share the language and tradition. Some of these songs share women's perspectives. In the old country, milling was quite often women's work, and when it came to the New World, you start hearing songs about hunting and sailing and things like this when the men started joining in on the milling table. One song I'll give you an example of is Mary Woodach, My Lovely Mary, and it's a song composed by Callum Gillis from Southwest Margaree, and it's a story from the Iona area of a fella that was working closely with a woman from Mabu, and she had to leave to the States, and they were kind of set to be married, but she had to leave, and he kind of went through some betrayal through a friend, and they never ended up getting together, but Callum heard this story and composed a song about it. We'll try that one. I horo mo veri woodach stulich loom and gachum found smuatach me as the yes a hamochria jairach traum no a hunik me suvat on at der moor nach loom Hoerum boys and nuer minchin leto chanrug kinchach kion. I horo mo veri woodach stulich loom and gachum found smuatach me as the yes a mochria jairach traum ni and down a huey in crewy cook me girl gutes me och G'day to you shin mo harshin chum shin gun bin drast the past I oro mo veri woodach stulich loom and gachum found smuatach me as the yes a mochria jairach traum sound and Jewish gon verach, go of Malenin, go ach woam, skitta haum, Boston, Rioch, strika, he me usnam huin, I horo mo veri woodach, stulich loom and gachum found, smuatach me as the yes a mo chria, jairach traum. Shoak of Pius Beck yen Oren. That was just a small piece of the song, but good example of the milling tradition here in Cape Breton.
For me,
it had a shin of a fosculture. So there was a freshly dug grave there that was open. Agus húte sa nui, is fecha washed, na chatala shin. So he fell into the open grave and he was so loaded that he kind of passed out and he slept there the night. Agus an savatin gosh gas heses chayant am angosht. So in the morning he woke up and he stood up and he looked around. Agus she beyond the matinas she wa kewach alam. So it was just at the break of day and it was a foggy morning, misty. Agus chanachke ach lech noach. And so the only thing that he saw around him were all these headstones. Agus hurtar shame. Mas she wa a frein she ha sha famous gra me a he a teri. So he said to himself, well, if this is the judgment day, I must be the first one up. So that's a little Gaelic story to get you started. And now I'm going to invite up to the stage Dara MacDonald and Adam Young and Malcolm McNeil. And they're going to give us some tunes.
Hi everybody. I was cold when I started. Not cold anymore. Happy to be back here at Coillte na Gaelic. I've spent lots of time here and on this stage. If that dreaded C word had never happened, that COVID, this coming summer would be my 20th year teaching at the Gaelic College. So I've been very lucky to spend lots of time here and make all kinds of connections, and very happy to be here on the stage tonight. And hello to everybody online. I think we're live streaming.
Yes.
Yeah, of course we are. I told Ryan to get my good side. He asked what that was. So I said, just shut it off altogether. Started off with a march called The Snipe that I actually learned in the tuning room at Rollo Bay last year from Cassie Smith-MacDonald. She said, you should learn this tune, it's great. And she kind of sung it to me, and then I left the shed for a minute and went and learned it. And then did a couple Strathspeys, including Dougie McVee's Strathspey, and then I did Father Francis Cameron's Reel. Both gentlemen we lost this year, who were fine gentlemen and love the music. And played Father Angus Moore's tune called Rod A's Reel, and then a Howie MacDonald tune called The Cavity Investigator, which he wrote after a visit to the dentist. And then went into a traditional tune, and then I believe the last one was written by Donald Angus, which I'm not sure of the name of it.
Can't think of the name of it either.
Ryan can't either, so I don't feel as bad. I'm actually going to try a tune now that Adam wrote. In 2018, Adam decided to write a tune a day, every day for the whole year, and he actually did it, which is impressive. Writing a tune is hard. It takes me weeks to write one tune, and he did one a day for a whole year. And and turned it into a CD and a book, and he actually ended up winning an East Coast Music Award for it in 2022. Is that right? Last year. And he wrote it for a friend of ours who lost his dad during 2018. And it's a beautiful tune called Reverend Lloyd A. Murdoch. So we're going to give that a try right now. And before I forget, happy birthday to Kenneth McKenzie, who is the educational director here at Coillte na Gaelic. It's a big one for him, I think.
Yeah, 40.
Oh, I wasn't going to say it, but Ryan did. So Kenneth's 40 today, so welcome to the club, Kenneth. Happy to have you. But happy birthday to Kenneth, who's celebrating today. So I'm going to try Reverend Lloyd now. Yeah, it's indeed. What? Stop it. So Adam wrote that. You followed along great. That was great. Yeah, it was really good. I'll try one more set before I leave. You want to stay? Okay. I thought you were leaving. I'm really fortunate to be a member of the Cape Breton Fiddlers Association. Hopefully most people have heard of our group. I'm actually one of the musical directors and one of the board of directors, and this is our 50th anniversary this year, which is really good. And it's actually, our festival's held here at Ceilidh na Gaelic and in August. And so I am going to play one of our jig sets now. So I'm going to play a set of jigs in C, and it starts with Mabo Jig by Donald Langasby, and goes into some other ones from there. So I'll play one more set, and then I'll vacate the stage and let some other people come up and entertain you. C, yeah.
Well, how was that? Gleva? We got some dandies tonight. And I have a few things that I should let you know, just in case you don't. There's tea and coffee and water and strong drinks of various kinds at the back if you want to visit Barbie. And if you need to use the washroom, you can go through that door at the back and around the corner, and you'll find the washrooms out there. And I'm also going to invite Michael to come up to the stage to hop off the sound board and come up and give us some songs.
All right, another big hand for Dara and Adam, and what's your name again? Malcolm, yes. That's fantastic. All right, I'm going to do a quick interlude here for you with some with a couple of songs. To start out with a little bit of a different rendition of a Dougie MacLean song here for you, a classic Dougie song called the Caledonia. I don't know if you can see changes that have come over me these past few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories and singing songs. Makes me think about where I came from, and that's the reason why I seem so far away today. But let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me now, I'm going home. If I should come a stranger, well, I think that it'd be more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Well, I moved and kept on moving, through the points that I needed proving, lost the friends I needed losing, gained others along the way. I've kissed the ladies and left them crying, stole the dreams, yes, there's no denying. I traveled hard, sometimes with conscience blind, somewhere in the wind. But let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me now, I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, well, I think that it'd be more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir, the flames that couldn't get any higher, they withered, now they're gone. Oh, but I'm steady thinking my way's clear. I know what I will do tomorrow. The hands are shaking, the kisses slow. Now I'll disappear. Ah, but let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me now. I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, well, I think that it'd be more than sad. Caledonia's been everything. Caledonia's been everything. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Thank you very much. Pretty good playing there. What to do? Let me think here. I'll do a J.P. Cormier song. A little bit of a different, I do a lot of different renditions and stuff, but this is a song of J.P.'s called The Molly May. Just a lad I was, 13 years when my father passed away, and I had to take a job as a can on the Molly Bay. All the time I spent on summer passed turned into 50 years, and the sound she made as she broke the waves still rings within my ears. She was passed to me when I was 23. Captain Mills went round the bend. I saw her off the dock one night, and he never sailed again. Superstitions be damned, I sailed proud, fair maiden of the sea. There was never another like her, no one for her but me. The Nassau time with me and my pride, no man could be my equal. Through the eye of an eagle-eyed sailor any day. When I grew older, I couldn't hold her, my courage slipped away. So they put a young boy from Canso at the wheel of the Molly May. The years went by and the tails ran high of the catches we brought in. There were times I thought we'd sink her, but her spirit would not give in. Words were spoken and souls were broken, and the bottles shattered in mine. I could see that she that led me, I now in the war of time. I saw the days of the devil waves, no man could be my equal. The eye of an eagle from Canso at the wheel of the Molly May. I was there to see her sail away in the cold December haze, but the Canso boy never seen the likes of the southeast wind and waves. In the harbor mouth, he drifted south right into Lighthouse Rock, and he smashed her keel and he laid her low as I watched there from the dock. Then I saw time to keep my pride, no man could be my equal, through the eye of an eagle-eyed sailor any day. At the wheel of the Molly May, I saw time with me, my find no man could be my equal, through the eye of an eagle-eyed sailor any day. When I grew older, I couldn't hold her, my courage slipped away. So they put a young boy from Canso at the wheel of the Molly May. There'll never be another of the likes of the Molly May. And I wish that I had gone down, boys, at the wheel of the Molly May. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Let's give another big hand for Michael Kavanagh. And I've got another little Gaelic story for you, I think. I'm going to tell you a little story about a fellow named Echin Doink, Hector Doink in English. And there's a lot of little stories about Hector kind of floating around. He was a real person. He lived over in Broad Cove on the west side of the island. And he passed away in the 1970s. We're still talking about him. And this little story about him. So, trip in the trip and chai ech and so was going to game in Gaelach sa van the So this one time Hector went up to the Highland Games in Edikanish. Svakelish, peebrins, dancer and spores, and so there was music there, and there were bagpipers all over the place, and there was Highland dancing going on, and there was all kinds of fun underway, you know. As wat gleich game and kutjach that chillikig and oort voors and kapers rui race stumarshen vielken kovis sheir. So they were doing the Scottish heavy events as well, you know, so they were throwing the big hammer and tossing the caber and running races and all kinds of things like that to find out who would be the best. Agus chod echken anam shias ersan lei mata. So Hector decided to enter one of the events and he put his name down for the long jump. Agus hanik and turisakas ruyas gavalei muapsach. So his turn came and he took a run at it and he gave a great leap. Agus gainach carriage gan Joey na game and what kibber aroinach and the choshinto. And so a friend of his asked him afterwards, well, how did you do, Hector? Did you win? Agus stach bulch keenjach. Der heed me the harsh can patch of a roll again in Vala. Vala dun Joey, full of gachki. So he said, but I don't really know. By the time that I walked back from the place where I landed to the place where the games were being held, everything was over and everybody had gone home. So Hector was well known as a person who made up tall tales about things that didn't quite happen to him the way that he said that they did. So we've got a few young fellows here that are kind of come up and play some tunes for us. I think this is the Wednesday night Ceilidh debut for two of them. We're going to have Ben Smith on the fiddle, and Malcolm McNeil on the guitar, and Adam Young on the piano. And Ben and Malcolm are on our summer staff here. They're going to be helping with educational programming all summer long. And we have lots of music and cultural and language camps that happen during the summer here for kids and for adults. So if you're interested in any of the music and dance and Gaelic language or anything like that, you can come back in the summer. Come on up.
Yep.
Hi everyone.
Am I on? Hi, how's it going? My name is Ben, and I'll be playing some tunes. Usually when I introduce myself, it's always kind of a little bit of a story. So my mom's originally from Cape Breton, and my dad's originally from Antigonish, but we moved to the Caribbean when I was 7, and I stayed there till I graduated high school. And it's an island called Curacao. It's the southern Caribbean. It's right next to Aruba. But we were fortunate enough to be able to come back to Cape Breton every summer, and I would attend the summer camps here. So it's super nice to be able to work here this summer, and it's a great place. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the Gaelic College website to see all the programs that they have here. It's a super great place. This is Malcolm McNeil. He's doing the Gaelic immersion program here this month, and he's also going to be, and he's also working here this summer. So, and it's super great to play tunes with both of them and Adam, and it's great to listen to Dara and Michael. So, great. So we'll keep going. Great, thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna play one more set. I'm gonna start with Over the Moor Among the Heather, and then go into a bunch of Strass bass and reels. So thanks.
Well, this might be the first time that we've seen them here, but it for sure will not be the last. And actually, I wanted to ask, Ben said he's from Curaçao, and I was like, oh, is that the furthest anybody's come to be here? But I actually know that it isn't. So where are folks from? If you want to just yell it out.
Utah!
Hey.
New Jersey, USA.
New Zealand.
Florence, just over the mountain.
Florence. Yeah, that's the next question. Who's come the shortest distance to be here? North
Englishtown. It's gotta be the closest. Englishtown's gotta be close.
Yeah, so New Zealand is probably the furthest, I think. But yeah, well, welcome, and thanks for joining us. And we do these Ceilidhs every Wednesday night, all year round. And they are live streamed, so if you aren't able to be here every week, you can join from wherever you happen to be, as long as there's internet. We get up to all kinds of fun here. And let's see. Oh, I was going to teach you another little phrase in Gaelic. When the music is really driving along and you're really feeling it and it's giving you a big lift, sometimes people will yell out, "Suasi!" which means up with it. So, "Suasi!" And then sometimes it's not a Gaelic language, but kind of a thing that people do when the fiddle music is really good and you're feeling it. You'll give like a little hoot, so something like "You!" Everybody try that. "You!" Mm-hmm. So if the music is moving you, you can try that out. And next Wednesday, we're going to have Melody and Derek Cameron here on fiddle and guitar, and also Hilda Chesson, and probably some other guests that we don't know who they are yet. So be sure to check that out. And also coming up in just over a month, we'll have Féisce Kitchen Fest, which is a music festival organised out of the Gaelic College, celebrating Gaelic music and Cape Breton music and traditions. And it happens all over the island. And if you go to kitchenfest.ca, the schedule is up there, and you can find out where all the shows are going to be and who's going to be playing at them, and that's going to be a great time. And I'm going to ask Dara and Adam to come back up and give us some more tunes.
I gotta tell you a quick little story. Some of you might know this, some of you may not. I'm actually really fortunate to be a school administrator in a primary 12 school, just off Cape Breton on the mainland, in a little place called Monastery. And I had to go on the bus after school today to do the bus run with the kids. I won't get into why. But I get on the bus and I said to the bus driver, "Where do you want me to sit?" And he said, "Third from the back." And so I get to the third seat from the back, and there's a little guy sitting there. He's about this tall. And I said, "Are you in pre-primary?" He goes, "Yes, I'm 4. I said, "Okay, great." I said, "I'm going to sit with you. Is that okay?" He goes, "No." So I'm trying to figure out what to do. And I said, "How come I can't sit with you?" "You're the vice principal. Vice principals don't go on school buses." So I said, "Well, I have to go on this one." He goes, "Nope, you belong in the office." So I said, "Okay." So I said, "But I'll get in trouble with the principal if I don't come on the bus." And he goes, "Oh, fine, but you're at the window." So I said, "Okay." And so then he said, "Well, if you're going to sit with me, you're going to listen to my stories about my keychains." And I said, "Your keychains?" And he held up 2 keychains. And I said, "What stories do you have?" "Well, I got 30 full minutes of stories about keychains. So I'm very happy to spend some time with that young man today, and I got 30 full minutes of keychain stories. Might have to write a tune or something. I am, how about another big hand for Ben? It's great he's going to be here for the summer, Ben and Malcolm. And Adam too. Adam's been playing with everybody. And Adam and I are both fortunate to be part of Kitchen Fest this year. We're doing one show together, and you have 3? 2. Adam has 2 shows and I have 2 shows as well, so we're pretty excited about that too. It's the first sign of summer. It's so good. I'm going to play a set of tunes now. I'm going to start off with a march called Leo and Catherine Murray's. It was written by Brenda Stubbart. And then I'm going to go into a tune called Mary Scott. And then I'm going to play a Strathspey that I learned from Shelley Campbell, who is a powerhouse of a fiddler. I just adore Shelley's playing. And I have no idea what the name of it is, but I learned it from her playing. And then I'm going to play a tune that was written by Kevin Chasen. So the Chasens from PEI are quite an incredible group of individuals. And Kevin Chasen, the father of Brent and Tim from the East Pointers, has written lots and lots and lots of tunes, and this is going to be one of his, so Chloe and Addie's, and then I'm not really sure where I'm going to go from there, but I might see if I can get Ryan to go wee-hoo! So.
Gee, perfect.
Maybe I'll do one more set of jigs just to finish off before we do a little finale. What jigs should I do? Maybe I'll do some E minor jigs. Play a couple tunes I actually learned from Rodney and Glenn. Morrison's jig, which is actually an Irish jig, but I actually learned it off their CD, Traditionally Rockin'. And then a tune that Glenn wrote called McGuire's 25th. And then I'll go into 3 jigs I learned from Buddy. The golden keyboard, the swallowtail, and the last one, I call it the 2-mile bridge. Some people call it the 3-mile bridge. So there's a mile in the difference, but it's still a great tune. So I'm going to try those tunes before we do a little finale. to Ryan for live streaming these because my mom and dad and sister are watching from home in Antigonish. So, and Adam's mom's watching from Gabruth Lake. So, you know, French Road. Sorry. Anyways, we're gonna do a little finale here. Yeah? We doing a finale?
Alright.
Everybody come up.
I'm gonna mute this right quick just to get this plugged in.
Did you double up on the chairs?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I love doubling up on the chairs. Yeah. This is nice and high. You gonna join us back on?
Yeah, I'll start out with a song.
Yep. Sounds good. What are you gonna
I'm
play?
probably.
Whatever you think.
Oh, sorry, that's alright. That wasn't actually that bad. I'm gonna start. I'm probably gonna try to start something today.
That's an in A?
Yeah.
Perfect, 'cause that's what we're talking about.
Okay. Give me an A right there. Just to see what I'm. Oh, close enough country.
Oh, it's the
All right. I'll start out slow and you guys can go. I'll take the easy shit now.
Why don't we dance anymore? I'm not okay with that. Why don't we laugh anymore?